Now this one here is a bit of a classic for me. I made this recipe about 4 or 5 years ago. Never really filmed a video for it, and I think it is tasty, simple, delicious enough that it fits perfectly for an easy weeknight meal. So enjoy this Texas chicken noodle soup. Now I am going to be using my homemade Cajun seasoning for this recipe, so you can check out how to make that. I've already seasoned my chicken with it. For the veggies, even though I'm using a mixture of frozen and fresh veggies, if you have a medley of carrots, beans even, peas, corn, just use that instead. Let's get started. So my pan is hot already. I'm going to add some olive oil and then add that chicken seasoning side down, and then quickly season the other side as well. Now my seasoning already has salt in it, so I'm not adding anything extra. It depends on how much salt you added in your version of the Cajun seasoning. Let that cook 3 to 4 minutes, get a nice sear on that first side, and then give it a flip, and then do the same thing on the other side as well. Now you don't actually have to worry about cooking that chicken all the way through, because at the end it's gonna get cooked in the broth anyways. Just focus on getting some good color. Talking about which, look at all these veggies. More oil in the pan, and carrots and onions go in, along with some stray corn and peas. Don't worry about that. Give it a quick toss and then season it with your Cajun seasoning. Now we're sauteing it right now because these spices will release their own oils as they saute, which will make it even more flavorful. Now you can add in your minced garlic. Cook it a little bit and then add in your peas and your corn. In case they are still frozen, it's okay. Add it in, it'll all evaporate and thaw out. Then add your tomato paste, and you want to cook out the tartness from it, so give it a couple of tosses here and there. 2 to 3 minutes, it should be good, and then you can just pour in your chicken broth. Give that a bit of a mix, add in your pasta, make sure you kind of distribute that evenly. Season this with a touch of salt. You can adjust that as you build the flavors along, and then return the chicken back into the pan and just nestle it within that broth. You want to now bring this broth up to a simmer and then lower the heat as you cover it and let it cook until the pasta is done and the chicken is done. Most likely they both will be done at the same time, about 6 to 8 minutes of cook time. Make sure you taste some of the pasta, see if it's to your liking, and double check the chicken as well. You can now take the chicken out, shred it up. Don't overcomplicate shredding chicken. Add it back, and then just take a look at how much water and broth is left, how soupy you want your Tex Mex chicken soup, and add more broth or water as you need, but make sure if you do that to adjust the seasoning, because it is only going to dilute if you add more liquid. I'm pretty happy with how this is tasting now, so I'm going to garnish this with some parsley. Mix it up, serve it, and I didn't show this in the ingredient list because it's completely optional, but adding in a Mexican blend of cheeses, like basically hot brick or hot Havarti and Monterey Jack cheese, really makes this kind of fun. Mix it up, let that broth and the heat from the soup melt all that cheese, and it's going to be an amazing cheesy Tex-Mex chicken noodle soup. See, I don't really care about the weather that much to decide what I'm gonna eat or drink. I've had like cold drinks in the winter, hot drinks in the summer. Is what I feel like. I'm feeling like soup, even though we're getting into summer, but it's strangely cold. I don't know if you felt that where you live, but where I live, I just can't wait for summer. So I'm just having fun with this soup. Weird, delicious. Let me know what you think, and if you are gonna make some soup, even though it may be hot outside, maybe turn that AC up.